Hello everyone and welcome to your online WHMIS training session. First off, we'd like to thank you for participating in this training module. Your trainers Alexis, Stephanie, Michelle, Chelsea, and Carly are very excited to have the opportunity to train you today. What is WHMIS? WHMIS is an acronym for Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System and is a comprehensive plan for providing information on the safe use of hazardous material used in Canadian workplaces. Information is provided by means of product labels, material safety data sheets, and worker education programs. And to what workplaces does WHMIS apply to? WHMIS applies to all workplaces covered by the Occupational Health and Safety Act and to all federal government workplaces. Who needs WHMIS training? WHMIS training is legally required for all employees who are exposed or likely to be exposed to a hazardous material or controlled product at the workplace. Who is responsible for WHMIS training and WHMIS education? The responsibility to ensure workers are trained and the manner in which training is conducted rests on the employer. Whose responsibility is it to ensure that all WHMIS training is being applied to everyday work-life situations? All staff. By the end of this training session, our trainees will be able to identify 4 of the WHMIS symbols, identify key components of the MSDS sheet, and describe at least 3 pieces of personal protective equipment and how to use them. Our agenda for today. Shortly, we'll be heading into our icebreaker where we'll be allowing you 5 minutes to answer a few questions. Then we will go into our pretest, which will take about 7 minutes long. After we have done our pretest, we will head into our first learning objective, which will be the WHMIS symbols. We will take about 5 minutes to explain the symbols, and then we will head you off into your first activity matchup. Shortly after, we'll be going into our learning objective 2, which is our MSDS sheets, and then we will be leading you into our crossword puzzle. And then finally, we will be going into personal protective equipment, and then we have a short matchup activity after that will be 5 minutes each. We will finish off with our last test, and then we will head you over to our reaction questionnaire. So let's get right to it. Our icebreaker is first. To start off this training session, we'll be allowing you 5 minutes to fill out the following few questions in our next segment.